What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Craft Beer Cult. This week, I don't even know what we're trying. We're trying Upper Pass from Fred. Tell me more. Where are they from?
All right, this is from Vermont. This is
Vermont?
super secret Von Trapp Brewing. So, I mean, we'll do some research, but I'm not sure if it's a contract brewery. I don't think so. I think this is like a side project.
They
What's up with these side projects
do
out of Vermont
contract
lately?
out. They do contract out the brewing to the Von Trapp areas where they actually brew it. They've got a 50-barrel system of that way, is where they brew these. But then they've got that small batch one where they only brew 5 barrels at a time, which is like their limited edition release ones and things like that.
Okay, so they have a few different locations where they're making beer?
They have 2, but the only place you can go, and there's a tasting room that they share a space with like a coffee house or something like that.
Okay.
Where you can go and kind of taste.
So where'd you get these from? Well, they don't pay us, but give me a town.
Local liquor store.
The local liquor store happen to be in Hudson?
If you want
No,
to give us some
it was
beers,
actually not.
I'd be more than happy to tell
Okay,
you.
all right, I know what you're talking about then.
But we're going to crack these open and see what they're all about.
Be right back.
I didn't even know what we were trying a minute ago, so I'm excited. Let's see what we got.
All right, everybody, this is our first beer from Upper Pass.
Whoa. I want to know. How the fuck did you find a beer named after you?
Actually, this one, the kid at the beer store had this waiting for me. I'm not shitting you.
That means you're going too much.
Maybe it does. Either way, this beer is called Fred.
It's a good name because it got a whole reviewer.
Red Ale.
Right? It's red ale?
Yep. It's
Yep,
on the label.
it is.
This would be so much more fitting if you were a ginger.
Fortunately enough, this beer is not
Yes.
named after me.
Only he doesn't have a soul. That doesn't make him a ginger.
Can I get to the beer?
The beer?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll review
All
some
right.
beer.
This beer is named after Fred Tuttle, the man with the plan. As it said, he was a Turnbridge dairy farmer, a World War II veteran, and a
Thank you,
candidate for representative of the state of Vermont.
Here's to you, Fred.
To Fred
Thanks for
Tuttle.
your service.
Not you.
It's got 5.9% ABV on the scale as well, which we hadn't
Ooh.
mentioned.
That's good for a red ale. A lot less malty than I expected.
I think it's pretty malty, Joe.
You think that's malty?
I do.
Yeah, I expected a much higher malt profile.
Wow, that's got.
But I can taste it going down now. Yeah,
that
it's
hits
got a
my
lot of
tongue
malt.
pretty hard. That's got quite the either malt or
I think it's a
taste some
malt.
bitterness to it. I mean, it's got a great color, but
To me, this finishes like a stout.
no, not for me.
All right, give it a rating.
I'm gonna go with 6.5 on this.
That's exactly what I was.
I
doing
like it.
myself, honestly.
I'm giving it a 5 just because it shares a name with Fred, and thank you for your service to you.
That's it. You're not a big
But
fan.
that's
right?
it. I don't. I'm not really crazy about this
So
right
that'll
now.
probably factor into like around a 6 somewhere for Fred. Red
Even
Ale.
6? I can deal with that.
Well, anyway,
On to
Cheers.
the next one.
Cheers. All right, everybody. This is our second offering from Upper Pass. This is Cashmere Hoodie. This is a pale ale, 5.3% alcohol, 35 IBUs.
36.
36. I'm sorry. I stand
36.
corrected.
This is one of their mainstream beers that you can find on tap in a lot of places in Vermont, and then certainly in cans in pretty much all of New England.
You found this around here in southern New Hampshire, you said?
This one, no. This one I actually picked up in
Oh, you
Billerica,
said...
Mass.
So,
It's got kind of a citrusy smell to it.
it's got a very citrusy, like, very, almost too much citrusy.
Ooh. This is
Yeah.
juicy.
It's good. It's not bad. Definitely preferred over the red ale from last time.
Floral.
It does have floral notes. I mean, it definitely.
It's definitely hoppy, and that's similar, probably cinnamon.
But I think
And it
that's
kind
probably
of ends with like a lemon.
yes. It is. It does have a lemony finish, or a lime.
Wow,
even
that's a lot of flavor in this beer. That's pretty cool.
pretty complex.
It's a very complex beer for an ale.
It's funny, I almost got a different flavor profile the second sip.
Mm-hmm.
Did that happen to you too? Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
Right.
There. I mean, you definitely the first sip is different. After that, the subsequent
It's never the same
changes.
after the first.
No, definitely not.
There you go, Tap.
What are you thinking for a rating there, Tap?
Based on your first time.
I think I'm going to give this one a 6 3/4.
6 3/4. Let's make the math tough. I like it.
Yeah, wait, when did we start doing that? Alright.
It kind of finishes that way
I'll
anyway,
let
so
him do
might
it,
as well.
yeah, right? I'm gonna let you go.
Me? I'm gonna rate this one a 7.
Yeah, I was on the fence.
And now I've had this before, and I wasn't crazy about it. I don't know if it's this batch. Maybe it is the red ale before that made
Yeah, it
this
was
taste
true.
a little better, but
Yeah,
I like that too. So
6 3/4,
I'm gonna go with
7.
7.
Joe, how about you, man?
Am I rating the first sip, second sip, or the third sip? It's
The
hard.
average of the 3.
The average of the 3. The math whiz over here. I'm gonna go on an average of the 3, since Tap's throwing out random numbers that don't make sense. 6.75.
That's 6 3/4.
Is that what
pretty
you
much
said?
overall. Yeah.
All right. I like the
All right,
way.
so
So we're pretty much gonna end up at like 6 and 7/8.
9/16 or some
7/8,
shit like that. 7/8.
something like that.
Wait, did he get like
The official math,
calculator?
I already have it. It's on the screen if you actually watched our videos. But that is
I'm in the videos.
Cashmere
You don't
Hoodie.
watch them.
I am the videos.
That may be the problem. The Cashmere Hoodie from Upper Pass. We're going to finish this up.
Cheers.
We'll get back to you with the next beer. Or maybe a commercial.
Buy
Who
a
knows?
t-shirt.
You got commercials now? It's a stout.
It is a stout.
It's a stout. It's got
Come
oats, chocolate.
Beer number 3.
Beer number 3 from what's the brewery?
Upper Pass.
Come
Still.
on.
I was about to call him Fred, just from the original. I still think of you.
Upper Pass out of Vermont.
All right, but I guess it makes sense that we're gonna have a stout from a Vermont brewery. That's only fitting. As much as I'm going to stouts kicking and screaming, I do think it's time that I start to adapt to it more. Maybe this is a beer that will get me over the edge. Let's see what it's got.
All right. Now this is a milk stout with rich malt, chocolate nibs, and coffee.
What the fuck is it?
Fresh
Chocolate
brewed coffee.
Well,
I
it's
think.
actually from First Branch, that place where you can go and taste it.
So it's
Ah,
from the, it's
so it's
from the
almost
coffee
like-
house.
A collab with the coffee house at the same location or next door.
At their tap house.
So at least
Yeah.
it might be a good coffee based
Ooh.
beer. You like it? I'm gonna let you go first before I sip it.
I don't see daylight through
Give me a
it.
good, bad. Yeah, good.
It
bad.
doesn't. It doesn't
Got
lie.
good head.
It does have good head.
Oh, and kind of a lot of lacing too.
The
right?
joke was way
Yep.
played out in the beginning. The good head thing.
I mean, I'm tasting everything it's saying. Coffee, chocolate. It's a solid stout.
Do you taste salt?
Almost like a not a salty caramel, but you know the salty aroma when you eat a salty caramel that comes with the chocolate aspect. It's like a salty chocolate.
Yeah, I,
see
can
exactly
see that
what
what
you're
you're saying, Joe.
It's not bad.
Like
All
a
right,
salt and chocolate,
I will
Anyhow.
say
or chocolate and sea salt kind of,
Yeah.
but faint, very faint.
I
What are you
can
gonna give it
taste
for
the
a rating, there,
bitterness.
Joe?
I got to start this off.
Why
I don't
not?
know if I'm
Yeah.
the one that
Since
should-
you hate Joe, since you hate stouts. No, it's Tap hates Joe.
I do hate
forgot.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
But anyway, as far as the stout goes, and I'm not going to rate it based on a stout, I'll rate it based as a beer, how we rate beers. This one's pretty good. I could drink 2 of them, which is saying a lot.
For a stout for you,
Yeah, I
If
can
you
drink
can have
two.
more than one glass of this, I'd be impressed.
I'll go 6 1/4.
I think we should make him do it.
6 1/4. You think I won't do it? You think
I don't think you'll finish.
I'll pour
I don't think
more.
you'll finish the second can. That's for sure.
Oh, when you said it'll have 2, it'll have like 2 tasters.
Oh,
I
is that
got
what
it,
it is?
yeah, I
Okay,
got it.
all right.
So
I hate
what do you
it.
give it, Fred?
Actually, I can drink this. It's not too sweet. It's not too rich. I could drink these.
So
In the
rating?
morning.
I could drink them too.
I'm gonna
I
say
said that.
this one for a stout. I'm gonna say 7 1/4.
Oh, went a whole volume higher than me.
I do. I like this one.
I like this one, yeah. I guess you understand the stouts and what you like in a stout more.
I like a smoother stout.
The way I'm adapting the stouts, and I just want to take a second to say that I kind of
Joey, you kind of gotta talk this. There you go.
want to go back and try some of the stouts we've tried previously to see how I adapt.
You know what's funny is I kind of have a couple of double doubles in my fridge.
Oof, I didn't say we would go down. Listen, I said I learned to ski. I'm not saying let's do the Black Diamonds. You know what I'm saying?
Tap still needs to rate this beer.
Oh, yeah, I'm still here.
You are.
Well, we always love to have you here.
The rambling. I would say
That's what the show is.
Doesn't always have to be about rambling. 7.
7, right?
7, so 7 1/4, 7, and what'd you give it, Joe?
Joe didn't read it yet.
6 1/4. I did. You weren't
did?
paying attention.
Ah, must have been all the
man,
rambling.
it must have
Yeah.
I
been
got
rambling.
buried in all the BS.
So it'll probably end up at like a.
You are like my wife. You tuned
6.78.
me out.
But we'll give you the solid numbers on the screen.
Yeah, because don't ask us right now.
This is Move On Up from Upper Pass.
It's good.
But
I would have
cheers.
more than one.
It's good. Solid.
We're gonna finish this
7.
up. We might make Joe drink all of them.
Yeah, here.
I'm drink.
You drink.
Drink.
Kind of
We'll
like
get back
Groot.
to you.
I am Groot.
I am good.
Hey, welcome back to the Craft Beer Cult. This is our 4th beer from Upper Pass, and it is a double IPA. Fred, you care to share the name?
This is Cloud Drop Deepa.
Deep. Well,
You
I
like
gotta
that?
tell you.
After 4 beers, I'm getting
I
creative.
I gotta tell you, it feels like my 4th beer.
It looks like it too.
Lightweights over here.
Yeah.
I like the double IPAs. I really do. And
Me
I like
too.
triples too.
They tend to be smoother.
This
We
is
do.
what is this? A triple?
A double.
Double?
It's 8% is what it comes in at.
That's fair.
Save the heftiest for last.
Mainstream beer for them too.
Was this the heftiest or was the original IPA?
No, this was the
I thought
heftiest.
that was a triple, but I could be wrong.
Some citrus in the aroma.
Yeah, it's definitely a citrusy, almost a little malted.
It's not as juicy as the Cashmere Hoodie. However,
Similar. Am I wrong?
no, I think it may have a similar
Similar,
recipe.
similar to the Cashmere.
No,
Hoodie,
like
yeah.
a similar recipe, but
It's not
this
bitter.
is more hop.
It's not bitter.
It
It's not a bitter hop.
slight.
I don't think it's more hopped. I think it's more malted.
I don't taste the
I
malt.
don't taste overly malty or
Not overly malty, but the hop to malt ratio is
Good
almost laid out
haze.
a little bit.
Great
better.
haze. Good color.
I mean, it has good color.
Good
I
lacing.
wouldn't call it a hazy IPA though.
No, but it has a decent amount of haze in it.
It's definitely cloudy.
I definitely see some haze in it. You're not
Cloudy,
wrong about
hazy,
that. Yeah, you're not
synonym.
wrong about that. I kind of feel like we're all on different pages with this beer.
I think the ratings.
Don't
gonna
get me
have to come
wrong.
up.
I like this. It's very smooth, but I do get a little bitter. I get a bitter aftertaste in the finish.
I do now, actually.
Only in the finish.
I do now after
Um,
sitting for a couple.
I do
seconds.
think it may be a similar recipe
As the
to the
Cashmere.
pale ale, but it's not an Indian pale ale. It's a pale ale.
Well,
So
that
it was
could have been-
hopped differently.
Exactly.
I would assume.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
No,
Again,
this
I'll
is-
clarify.
This is an Indian pale ale.
This is.
The other one.
The
was-
The
original
other one
one
was
was
the
not
Cashmere
Indian?
Hoodie was not an Indian pale ale.
Okay.
So what do you
That's
give it
fair,
for
sorry, I
rating,
missed
Joe?
that.
What do you think?
I'm going to start this off. Well, I will say I like this one more than the Indian pale ale, or the Cashmere,
No,
I should
this
say.
is a pale ale.
The pale ale, this is the Indian pale ale. It's got more of a hazy vibe to it, which I think anybody who watches knows that hazy is my go-to. I'm going to go ahead and rate this higher than any of the other three. It's going to be an 8 for me.
Yeah, cheers. Me too. That's exactly what I was
You would
thinking.
think an 8?
I was. I like their stout, and then. But
This
I like
is
this
a nice combination
Honestly-
of everything in a beer.
I have to say this is really smooth. It's very drinkable. This is a crushable beer.
This is good.
I'll give this an 8 as well.
It's
Hey,
crushable
that's
with
a
a lot
pretty
of
good
flavor.
rating.
though.
Yeah, I mean, overall, for all three of us to give us an 8,
That's a first, I think.
I think it is.
Yeah, we
actually.
don't agree on much.
Not that much.
No.
And definitely not that high of a
You should
rating.
have seen the conversation 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
we're going to finish this up.
Cheers.
We'll get back to you. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, cheers. It's good. Yeah. All right, these were some good beers. I got to give it to you, Fred. I know you picked it out just because they had your name named
Yeah.
after a beer.
I actually got that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you're lying. You liked it because they had the name after
Well,
your
I
beer.
think he did like the name on it, but I think it also led to him to get more.
It did leave. No, I won't even say that because I've actually had a lot of Upper Pass, and I've been drinking a lot of their beers for at least a year.
Like today's beers were pretty decent overall.
No, I'm not mad at you. I was a little upset because I thought we were, when I showed up today, I thought we were doing something entirely different, which we'll get to in the future. But you threw these at me. It was a little curveball, but it wasn't a bad curveball.
No, I mean everything I've tried from them. Like I said, I probably have a few of these on my Untapped. It's all been good.
Do you want to throw your Untapped at the people right now?
It's actually
It's right at the bottom. Just check it out.
Friar Froth. No.
Fire Froth. All right, and we'll throw the craft beer cult one up there. There's two different ones to follow. But back to the brewery at hand. So we have Upper Pass. Let's go ahead and give it a rating, friend.
I'm gonna give this guys a 7 because everything I've tried from them it's a solid beer. Granted, they're given a recipe to Von Trapp to brew it for them.
It's contracted.
It is contracted. So I mean, their hands aren't on this beer, which
Their
kind of
hands
disturbs
are on
me
the beer.
a little bit. But it's good.
It's not their beer. I get what you're trying to say. To me, they're getting a 7.5. Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
They're getting a 7.5 simply because I believe it was this one right here on the
Cloud Drop.
Cloud Drop Double IPA. They covered everything, in my opinion, that a beer should taste like. It had all the beer flavors. That's hard to do in a beer. Knocked it out of the park on this one. That got them the extra 0.5 rating on me.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I really enjoyed the beers. So
Everything was
as overall beer rating, I would agree, and I'd give it a 7. For a brewery, a 0, because they're not making their beer. Plain and
So you don't think they're a brewery?
They're not a brewery. They're a contract manufacturer who makes the beer for them.
Manufacturer, good word.
So if you're not making the beer, I can't give you a rating for a brewery.
So are they not
Therefore, it's a
brewing?
0.
Are they not brewing their beer at the
They have a small place, right? Which is like 5 barrels
small
per day,
batch?
which is limited release, and I'm sure that's really good. But
None of these
We
were the
have-
limited release, yeah.
these are, so if you guys want to send us a DM or something, more than happy to chat. But overall, the beer, strong 7. I really like the beer. Brewery, you can't even visit it. So
Right.
0.
All right,
Sorry,
Upper
guys.
Pass, if you're reading this, I don't want to say sorry for Tap because I kind of stand by his opinion.
He's not wrong.
But
Really.
that doesn't mean we didn't like these beers presented to us today. Whoever brewed them, wherever they were made, whatever the story
Good
behind
recipes,
them,
right?
they knocked them out of the park.
Super secret Von Trapp.
Yeah.
Do we have an average, Fred? You have the calculator.
For the beer, it's
For the
pretty
beer, it's
high.
a 7. I
Yeah.
mean, pretty much. You did a 7.5. Me and Tap both did a 7.
Yep.
So I mean, 7.25. Well, it's actually 7.18 is what it's going to factor out
Something
to.
like that.
7 and
Yeah.
some change.
Yeah. So,
But
it's
it's
good
not
beer.
bad beer. If you see it,
Pick it
grab
up.
some. I mean,
It's a
it's
good
worth
go-to.
having.
Good go-to.
All right. And if you've made it this far into the video, that must mean you like us. So it doesn't hurt to show some support with our Teespring store. The link should be in the bio. Don't forget to join us for the next episode. Today's been fun, but I guess we didn't even review a brewery. We reviewed some beer manufacturers. So, until next time, I'm Joe.
I'm Fred.
Who are you?
Tap.
And we're the Craft Beer
Tap.
Cult.
Tap.
And if you haven't noticed by now, there's some t-shirts available. Link in the description.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, guys.